Hello and welcome to your practice. Today we are going to flow into a little breakdown of revolved lunge. So this is a really fun and strong posture. I'll show it once, just really briefly. Looks like this, but I'm going to give you lots of stepping stones on the way. So we will begin by warming up the legs, just coming into a few chair squats here. So breathe in and reach up and breathe out as you lower down. And just in this first one, make sure your feet are feeling stable, toes are spread, and your knees aren't passing your toes. And then just move with your breath in and out of those chair postures, up and down. And as you're doing this, be aware of your spine. There's a tendency sometimes when we come down into a lunge or a chair to sort of round the back forward. Instead, try to keep your chest lifted, your belly strong, so that your spine stays long. We'll do just a few more, building some strength and endurance in the legs. And next time you end up in that chair position, just hold there. Good. And then come back to mountain. I'll turn to face you for this next little flow so you can see. We'll keep the feet about hip width distance apart, and we're going to do a real gentle twisting chair. So reach up, come right back down like you did. And then bring your left hand behind your back and your right hand across. Come back to center and reach up. Back down to your chair, and we'll do the other side. Bring your right hand behind your back and your left hand across. And come back. And reach up to extended mountain. Come down. Rotate and twist towards the left. Make sure as you do this that your knees aren't starting to go all uneven like this. Keep the hips squared, knees at the same level. And then come back and reach up. Lower down. And twist to the right. Come back. And then we'll just do one more on each side. We're just going to reach up and go right into it. So sit and revolve. And then twist back to center as you reach up. Lower down and revolve. And then come back up and just return to your mountain position. All right, so we've warmed up the twists a little bit. Now we're going to warm up the lunge. And I would recommend 2 blocks for this, but you can totally do it without them. So either way is fine, whatever you prefer. We're going to lift up and then come down into a forward bend. So keep your levers short, either by circle sweeping the arms or bringing them through the center and come down to your forward fold. Just taking a few breaths there. Your knees can be soft. And then if you're using blocks, grab those and get them ready to go. And just put them on either side of your feet. And we're going to do a little step back into a lunge. So keep your right foot forward and take a very long step back with your left foot. And you'll end up right in your lunge. Make sure your front knee is deeply bent, but not passing your toes. And you might want to adjust your blocks a little so that they're right on either side of your front foot. Then Step forward and switch sides, keeping your left foot forward and taking your right leg back. See if you can find a 90-degree angle in this front knee bend and keep your back leg straight and long. Okay, we'll step forward. And since that went so well, we'll add a little bit to this. So just like we did in the beginning, take a forward bend. Then circle sweep up. Hinge back down to your forward fold. Lift up halfway. And then step your left foot back to your lunge. Step forward. Take a bow. Circle sweep up. Return to mountain. Circle sweep again to extended mountain. And forward fold. Take a little half lift and step back with your right foot. Finding that lunge position. And step forward. Forward fold. Circle sweep up. Bring your hands to center. Reach up. Forward fold. Take a little half lift and step your left foot back. And this time we're actually going to add the twist. So keep your left hand on your block and just bring your right hand either to your hip or up. Try to keep your hips level. You could balance a glass of water right on your sacrum. Then bring it down. Step back to the front of your mat. Take a forward fold. And circle sweep up. Return to mountain. And then we'll do it again, but this time with the other side. Reach up. Forward bend. Take a little half lift and keep your left foot at the front. Step your right foot back. Make sure you have a nice steady foundation in your lunge. Keep your right hand on the block and begin to revolve. And keeping the front knee nice and bent. Imagine that someone's pulling your right belt loops up. One more breath. And then bring it down. Step to the top of your mat. Half lift. Take your bow. And come all the way up. Returning to mountain. So let's do that again. Reaching up. Forward fold. Get a nice long spine in your half lift and step back with your left foot. So your knee is stacked right over the ankle, the back leg is long. If you start to feel fatigued or you just want a different option, you can take your back knee down to the ground. That's totally fine, really, really appropriate here. Now, once again, you can keep your hand on the block and twist. If my knee is down, I like to have the blocks low or not use the blocks at all. Or maybe you want to go into a prayer twist, bringing your hands to heart center and revolving from here. And again, you can choose what you like, knee down in the back or from that high lunge position, bringing the hands to the center of the chest and rotate. And we'll stay here for a few breaths. Remember, if this isn't working for you, you've got lots of options. Back knee down, or at any point, you can drop your left hand to the floor and come back to this option. It's a little more stable because you've got more points of contact on the floor. When you're ready, come back to forward facing and frame your front foot with your hands. Again, you can use your blocks if you'd like. Take a strong step forward, half lift, and take your bow. Circle sweep all the way up. And return to mountain. And just take a moment, regroup. Take a breath. Then we'll reach up again. We'll do that all on the other side. So forward bend. Take a little lift. And this time it'll be a left foot forward lunge. So keep your left foot forward. Take a strong step back with your right foot. And if it didn't get as far as you wanted it to go, you can always kind of wiggle back or move your other foot forward. You can make adjustments after you set up. Bend your front knee deeply, even as you straighten your back leg. And remember all of your options here. You can keep the block and keep your right hand on the block as you twist. Or you can try lifting up and coming into that prayer twist. And you can do all those things, or any of those things, with your back knee down. So just pick whichever option feels good to you. See if you can find some steadiness and balance. And then come back to the center and step forward to the top of your mat. Half lift, forward fold, and circle sweep up. Back to mountain. We'll do one more set of lunges, and this time, regardless of what you chose before, we'll all do the kneeling lunge. So this is kind of a nice stretchy version to finish us off today. Bring it up, come down to your forward fold, half lift, and keep your right foot forward as you step back with your left foot. Lower your back knee to the ground. And if that feels a little bit tender, you can always put a blanket under your kneecap. Plant your left hand on the floor, reach your right arm forward, and then just imagine you're taking a big backstroke and reach all the way up and back and bring your hand either to the small of your back or right to the top of your hip into a little half bind. If you're feeling really stretchy today and you'd like to try bending your back knee, you can do that and grab the outside edge of your foot. Really, really intense stretch for the hip flexors and quadriceps. When you've had enough, lower down. If you were holding that foot, let it go without flinging it. Come back to the center. And we're just going to tuck the back toes and lift the knee up. Take a step forward. We're not even going to come up to standing here. We'll keep everything low. Just keep the left foot forward and step your right leg back. Lower the knee down to your mat or to your blanket. Plant your right hand and reach your left arm forward. Take that big back stroke, and now you're in your twist. And this is right where a lot of us will want to stay. Just staying here, letting your body acclimate to the stretch for a few deep breaths. Of course, if you want to go deeper, you can bend your back knee and grab your foot, outside edge of your foot, keeping that left shoulder rolled open, and take a few breaths here. When you feel like you've had enough, let go without flinging. Come back, tuck your back toes, and step forward to the front of your mat. We'll take one more forward fold. And then press all the way up. Extended mountain. And release. So, that is a lot of nice little flows you can do to build up your balance and your rotation ability for your revolved lunge, and even a nice deep stretch in that kneeling version of revolved lunge. So please feel free to continue your flow and practice a little bit longer, or have a great rest of the day or evening and join me for the next posture next time. Thank you. Namaste.